Hey there, everybody. This is Faris from the ASKFaris show, and I want to say that I'm so excited about tonight's guest. Tonight's guest is Travis from Hair Care by Travis. Travis is an entrepreneur. He's a barber, and he has launched a fantastic hair care line. So first, we just want to say welcome to the show, Travis.
Thank you, thank you. Happy to be here. Appreciate you having me on.
Man, most definitely, most definitely. I ran past Travis maybe a couple years ago when I was out in the field doing a lot of marketing for my marketing agency, and his brand really started out. We kind of connected on Facebook a little bit, and then from there, I saw some big things coming. So I saw that he was actually still a full-time barber, but he's transitioned to that entrepreneur and actually opening up a whole nother line of a whole nother business as well. So I want to just kind of bring him on board so he can just tell a little bit about himself, his journey from being a barber to where he's at right now. So just tell the audience a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how did you become that entrepreneur, man?
Well, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I've been barbering for 27 years, and been barbering in Atlanta since '03. And my journey through that brought me to Atlanta and brought me to be able to start my hair care line. I started barbering in '89, and my uncle basically nudged me and pushed me in that direction because I came out of high school and I went for the, go to college, get a job like everybody's taught. And I've realized college really wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped going, and I was doing, dead end jobs here and there. And my uncle, he's my mentor. So he put me to the side and was like, after about 2 years with no direction, he was like, you're either going to go to the military, go back to school, or you're going to get a trade. He suggested I go become a barber. I said, well, sounds good to me, because I wasn't really doing anything in any particular direction anyway.
Exactly.
So '89, I was about 21, 22, and went off to barber school. After coming out of barber school and being in the field for about 10 years, I decided I wanted to open up my own shop back in Michigan. I had that for about 5 years, and then shut it down because I wanted to move and relocate to Atlanta.
Exactly.
I just wanted a different start, different environment, warmer climate.
Exactly.
And yeah, so currently I'm working in a shop in Smyrna. I've been there for about 2.5 years. I've done barbering in youth detention centers in Michigan, and currently also in Atlanta in the Kennesaw area.
So one question I want to ask, because definitely I know that barbering it takes a skill set. So first of all, are you an artist?
I did grow up, yes, drawing and painting and all that stuff.
Got it. Because I know one person actually said, well, Craig, you can become a barber. I said, I can't draw. So I knew that was not my call. I knew that was not my skill set. So I was like, I wasn't going to have anybody's tape line going up to the back and everything. So my thing is, first thing that you actually said that really caught my attention was you talked to your uncle, who is your mentor. And I think that it's so important for young individuals, young or older individuals, to go through and actually have mentorship along the way, because mentors see the path that we're on, and sometimes they see the potential that's within, and they kind of go through and give us guidance and direction along the way. And I feel like, especially, just imagine if you did not have that mentor at that young age of 21 years old or thereabout. Imagine if you probably could have did this and could have did that, but you had mentorship to go through and actually direct you in the path that you're into it now. You said you've been doing this for how many years again?
27.
27 years later, you're still on that path. And is your uncle still living?
Oh, yeah. He'll actually be in town tomorrow.
Wow. And that's and look at the mentorship that he had over these years and the impact that he had, because now you started off as a barber and then you went into more of the entrepreneur role. And what is the stark difference that you saw as being a barber and being an entrepreneur? I think some barbers are not entrepreneurs, and some entrepreneurs are not barbers as well. So did you see a difference in that as well?
Funny you say that. I shared with some of my other barbers to kind of push them in a direction of where I'm going, that, I consider myself a businessman first that happens to be a barber.
Thank you.
After I had my shop for 5 years is when I became more focused on being a businessman that happens to be a barber. And so that gives me more of a long-term vision in what I want in the future.
And that's what's so important right there, because I think And I like how you said you're a businessman first, and you just happen to go through because you can own multiple businesses, and you don't have to define yourself by one skill set. Barbering is one skill set, and but a business-minded person, they see the market and they see the trends and they see opportunities to go through and actually enter the market at different levels, just like you did. Now you've launched your hair care product line, and that's one thing that I see that really separates the long-term success of business ownership, business owners, and then individuals that have a skill set that they depend on, because skill sets, they can come and go. And skill sets, unfortunately, a lot of people, they're in skill sets where for some reason they get hurt, bam, that's the revenue source right there
Right.
that they depended on. And that's one thing when I talk to my barbers, my stylists, my individuals that use that manual labor, their hands to go through and do things, it's fearful. It's very fearful to go through. Everything has to be right. And fortunately, you had a really successful career, 27 years in doing this. But have you ever had any times where you had to kind of lay off your, I don't know, injuries, anything that took you out of work, or anything?
Fortunately, not.
That's a blessing.
Not at all. What in November I'll be turning 50,
Mm-hmm.
and I am married. Been married for 5 years. And
Wow.
when you get that stage and age and status as far as marriage, you start looking at things that will prolong your career, prolong your income.
Yes.
And I had an epiphany, like all these years, 27 years of barbering, many clients that sat in my chair and always asked me, well, what should I use for my hair? What product should I get? And I would always redirect them to somebody else
Wow.
and somebody else's supply chain, whether it's an Asian beauty supply, and give them the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And had an epiphany, like, well, why don't I keep that in my pocket? Because they're going to need it, and why shouldn't they get it from me? Because they're asking me for the advice.
And I like that you actually listen to your customers, and that's one thing I tell individuals I work with: listen to your customers, because they're going to bring the problem to you, and they're looking for a solution. And if you listen and not just kind of listen with engagement, not just listen to go through and put it in one ear and out the other, but listen to go through and say, you know what? If 5, 10, 15, 100 people have been asking me the same thing, there may be a problem out there that needs to be solved, and they're coming to me because they already see me as a subject matter expert. Why not come with the solution? And so I think that's so important. So let's talk about that, right? Let's transition to the point where we're talking about Hair Care by Travis, because now I think that you listen to your customers. They came to you over a number of years saying, hey, Travis, what do you recommend? I have a bumpy face. And I can't wait. I'm coming down to Smyrna before the end of this week. I'm getting something for this hard beard of mine. Because, and Travis, let me tell you this right quick. And that's one thing, I don't mean to jump, but that's one thing I go to my barber, and sometimes I'll go through and say, you know, hey, my beard is coarse, and rubbing against my little daughter's face, she hates it. But my thing is, I've never had a barber to go through and say, you know what, hey, Faris, hey, try this out. Or, hey, Faris, I have something that can go through and work for this. Never had one. It's always like, okay, I can cut you up, I can trim you up, and then I'll see you next week. But to go through, and I know I'm just representing a subset of individuals, but you actually listen to those individuals and say, you know what, bruh, I have a daughter that I really want to go through and make sure this thing is right for. And you're saying, you know what, let me go through and develop something. So let's kind of talk about that transition. Let's talk about when that epiphany moment came and say, you know what, hey, I have something here. And let's talk about the path of when you actually started that as well. So walk me through that moment when you had that idea, like, okay, I got to go through and create something.
Well, the path I was on was I was looking for a residual opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I had friends of mine sharing with me about different clients saying that there's an opportunity within working through Amazon to send products to them, and they fulfill them and send them out to clients.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been looking at different YouTube videos, and they were talking about how if you can get this product or that product and send it to Amazon, they'll do the whole process. But then one video said, if you take a regular product in a particular niche and you brand it, and when you create more value once you brand it, and then you give it to your niche, you've just created a new revenue stream. And I said, wait a minute, I'm in a niche. I have people coming to me. I have a brand. Let me find a product, stick my brand on it, and present it to them.
Yes.
So the first product I started with was a beard shaping comb and beard brushes. Branded them. And I also have a website offline as well as online that I sell.
Yes.
And when I went went from the beard brushes to a lot of people wanted bigger brushes. So I got the wave brushes as well as pomade to go along with it.
Yes.
And my line is growing gradually. I've just started shampoos. I have conditioners on the way. So my line is growing. My customers are loving it because, again, they're going to use all these things anyway.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't they use it from somebody they know?
Exactly. And that's the thing right there. I think when it comes to brands, people buy people. People buy brands that they love, and people buy people that they know, like, and trust. And because you already have a trust factor with them, it's not like you're going to steer them to the wrong direction. And I feel like you were wise enough to take advantage of that opportunity to go through. You did the due diligence. You did the research to find the products, to go through and really find the products that's going to represent the quality that you actually have for your customers and that you already have for the brand you already built. And you did that. And I think that when I first saw you, and I was like, oh my gosh, this right here. Actually, when I first met you, you stood out because I remember you had like a little device to go through and actually at a kiosk. You had a kiosk, and I said that's unfamiliar in a barber's territory because a lot of barbers, they let customers go in and out without capturing their information. I said, okay, well, he's on to something. And ever since then, I knew you were on to something. But when I started to launch your line, I said, okay, he's taking this thing to the next level. He's a smart barber because he's not waiting for an opportunity. He has foresight rather than hindsight. Because I think so many times people have hindsight. We should have did this. Foresight is seeing things before they come, getting in that path and saying, we're about to make this thing happen. And I guarantee your family is they're probably well behind you on that, man. So I'm elated for you, bro.
Family and clients have got a lot of support. They're loving, like I said, they're loving the products, sharing with other people and friends. So in-store purchasing is great, because it's like once other people see you're doing things that are beyond or bigger than the average person, they support.
Yes. And I think people naturally want to see you do well. And there will be people out there that say, you know what, and give you the woes and everything. But you've been in business for long enough to go through and realize that, hey, a no doesn't mean, it doesn't mean anything. We're going to get no's, we're going to get rejections. There's going to be some things that come up in the business, but we're looking at the bigger picture. And that's where I want to go through and transition our conversation is, because now you're building a hair care line. You're building another part of you're not just saying barbering. Like my mom always said this, it's just like an 18-wheeler has 18 wheels on it. If one wheel blow out, that truck can keep on going. And it's so important for us to have more than one revenue source so that if something happens, we can keep on going. So now that you're building your empire, man, where do you see your business in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years. I like to get more distribution into beauty supply stores, other barbershops, other salons, Walmart, Target. I'm currently working on getting other barbers in other shops to use my product and giving them a commission. And of course, then their clients will use it and slowly expand from there. So different, like other barbershops, other barbers and barbershops that I've worked with throughout the years. I'm going back to them and saying, this is what I'm doing. I'd like you to be a part of it. I'll give you a sample. I'm sure you're going to love it. Use it on your clients. I'll come back to you, see how they like it, and I'll give you more to sell to them and others, and everybody can benefit.
I love it. And that's like, you're really leveraging your time. And I think smart businessmen, they leverage their time. Smart businessmen and women, they leverage their time. They realize that only I can do so much in a day. As a barber, there's only so many heads you can cut. As a storefront, there's only so much product you can sell. But when you go through and leverage yourself laterally, and when you have multiple streams coming in, if you have 100 stores, 100 barbershops that are selling your products, and each one only sell one product, that's 100 parts sold. And then, but if you have them selling 10, 15, 20, it's leveraging your space. And that's one thing that I really see. I'm really seeing a lot of entrepreneurship and a lot of business astuteness in our conversation. And I realized that didn't come just overnight. It did not come overnight. So where did this mindset transform? Like, where did this aha moment kind of just kick in?
Again, my uncle was a great example, and a lot of family members who've been entrepreneurs. My grandfather, my uncle owns his own real estate business. So when I was younger, he's always motivated me. If I couldn't find a job, he said, go create one.
That's it.
Go make one.
Mm-hmm.
Go shovel some snow, rake some leaves, cut some grass, go to the grocery store and help the ladies take the groceries to their car. Obviously, I was much younger then, and it was not social status the way it is now. But it's things like that progressed because I've never really had a quote unquote corporate job. I've always been self-employed, and I just couldn't see myself in an environment where I was constrained by somebody else telling me how much I can make, when I have to work, when I have to come and go, how long I can vacation, none of that stuff.
Wow. That's something right there where I really see that your uncle has had an impact on your life. But has there been any other individuals along the way that's really been like in your corner, like had your back, and like the ones that really kind of said, you know what, hey Travis, even when the times got where kind of push you forward, has there been any other individuals or a person that's been in your corner as well?
Well, there's my wife,
Mm-hmm.
of course. I do just recently started doing vendor events. I've done two, got a couple coming on the way. So she comes with me and supports me on the vendor events. My mom's church had a vendor event probably about 2-3 weeks ago. So I'm out promoting the product, selling the product. So yeah, more I get a lot of support from my wife.
That's awesome. And that's when I want my listeners to realize that, especially in like that's like entrepreneurs, sometimes it feels like a lonely path, but when you have those supporters, and those supporters don't necessarily have to be entrepreneurs, they have to be entrepreneur driven. It could be a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be a loved one. But my thing is just encouraging that entrepreneur along the way, getting that push. I don't know if you realize the amount of encouragement that means a lot when you have someone in your corner say, you know what, go ahead and give it your best shot. No matter if you sold one product, sold zero, sold 10,000 products, give it your best shot in that push as well. I think that's huge as well. So we're going to go through and wrap this interview up. But before we go, I really want my listeners. I have a lot of listeners that are in the beauty supply industry, and they're in the beauty industry. And I need to connect you with one young lady I know who's in the beauty supply store as well. But they're in the beauty industry. But I want you to go through and give a parting piece of advice to not just those individuals, but to that young entrepreneur or that person who's thinking about jumping out on that entrepreneur path. I'd like for you to go through and give a parting piece of advice from your experience, encourage them along the way.
I'd love to. You have a goal, have a vision. And I share with people, when you have that goal and vision, stay focused on that, achieving the end product. And I shared with a guy who I work with. I said, the person, entrepreneur, business owner, that stays focused for the longest wins. Wow. He says, what do you mean by that? I said, when you don't let anything distract you, you are laser focused for however long it takes to get to what you're trying to achieve, you will get it. You're going to have distractions, but the acronym I told them for focus is focus on one course until successful.
Brother.
So I say that to myself constantly. Focus on one course till successful. A lot of people get easily distracted by just any old thing. And before you know it, time will pass. You're distracted. You look up and months have passed and you're no further ahead than you had planned. No, let me take that back. You didn't plan on being in the place you wanted. So you didn't have the plan. So you got distracted. You went off to the left. You went off to the right. But you just got to stay focused.
Wow, man. And I hear a lot of I hear a lot of what do you listen to? What do you read?
Motivational, inspirational, educational, whatever. Like right now, since I'm into building my brand, I'm on YouTube and listening to everything that has to do with branding. And building my business. I'm trying to build my business credit to be as well as my personal credit. So I've been reading books on that and watching videos on that. So I'm trying to pour as much information into me that's going to help me move forward in branding, getting more finance for my product, such stuff. And I've always been like that.
Yes. And that's one thing I want my listeners to realize. You have to pour this stuff in because you don't, like, when it comes to knowledge, you ever listen to John Lee Dumas?
Say again?
John Lee Dumas. He's a podcaster.
No, but I have to put him on my list.
Please do, because he uses that same acronym of focus as follow one course into success. And when you said that, I said, okay, we're in that same frequency. And you just felt like, my thing is, what you put in was what's going to come out. If you put in nothing, nothing's going to come out. If you put in knowledge, understanding, new ideas, these things will form and they will come out and it will be beautiful. And that's one thing I really like speaking with entrepreneurs who are already thinking on that next level. And I can tell, brother, you are building a massive brand and you're just getting started. That's the beautiful part about it, is you're just getting started. It's like, hey, step into the game and you're just getting started. And I can say that in 5 years from now, guess what I'm saying? I'm just getting started because it's just about to get good. Brother, I'm so excited for you, man. I am so excited for you.
Yeah, it's still early in the game, and I know it's gonna be it can be a bumpy ride, but I'm ready for it because I've been through it in building other things as far as building my barbering business. It's the same path, it's the same marketing, it's just a different product. That's all. Instead of marketing myself and my service, I'm marketing myself and a product.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for it.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Hey, but before we go, man, I'm gonna two things before we go. I know last season I invited my guests onto the ASKFaris show, and I never gave them an opportunity to ask me that one question. But I want to give you an opportunity to ask me that one question that you maybe on your heart, maybe something that came through the conversation where you wanted to go and ask me.
What made you want to start ASKFaris?
Man, one thing that actually, it's funny that you asked that question. I was actually thinking about that today. The reason why I started ASKFaris was because I really saw a lot of myths on social media. I didn't see anything that really represented young entrepreneurship. I didn't really see anything that represented how I saw myself. I said, there are too many young people out there that are seeing all this craziness, and this is something that people are actually like, not just the hustle, but people that are actually out there doing it and building businesses, doing the good, the bad, the ups and the downs. So I wanted to go through and create a show that would represent the entrepreneur of today and show that, okay, well, despite the shortcomings, despite the mishaps and everything, we can go through and build businesses, integrity. We can go through and build businesses despite what economies look like. We can build businesses without making excuses. We can build them, and sometimes we build it and we go down a little bit, but we can bounce back as well. So I really created the ASKFaris show just to show people that, hey, it's possible. I wanted to show people possibility, and then I wanted to go through and document my journey, and then help document the journey of other entrepreneurs that I come across in path as well, man.
Well, I appreciate you for doing that and having me on. It's a great opportunity for me to share my brand with other people and let them know what I'm doing.
Exactly, man. But before we go, I want you to give you an opportunity to go through and actually share how people can connect with you, whether it's social media, whether it's website, phone numbers, whatever. And then I want you to give us an opportunity for those barbers or those salon owners, for those individuals that are interested in actually bringing your product onto their particular floor, their particular business. I want you to reach out to them as well. So how can they contact you?
Okay, my website is www.haircarebytravis, www.haircarebytravis. You can contact me at tstyles86 haircuts by Travis, tstyles86 haircuts by Travis. Contact number 678-472-3417, 678-472-3417. You can follow me on Facebook, Haircuts by Travis LLC, and Instagram, Haircuts by Travis LLC as well.
Perfect. And I'm going to include all of that into our show notes as well. And man, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You guys, this young man is a very busy man. I know he's about doing events and running a full-time business and getting social product. He's had a full schedule, and I really appreciate you taking the opportunity to come on our show. And I really believe that your presence will definitely go through and bless other individuals that are just viewing and hearing as well. And you would encourage them along the way too.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. Well, you have a great week, man, and we'll be chatting with you soon. Now, we're going to catch up with you soon, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
All right, take care.
Just loyal. I just been working a lot. I'm on my way to the top. I just be ducking the ops. I wanna cut the new